But thanks all for coming. Let's just, today is just going to be a hands-on training day. Let's do some mock calls, buyer-seller calls, and really train, and just so you can understand how to build rapport with buyers, sellers, and learn the business, because it's all about building rapport. That's the most underrated thing in this business. If you could small talk with all the buyers and the sellers, that's half the battle, and you get them to like you. Once they like you, they trust you. And trust is everything. I have a bunch of new listings that I want to go over. I'm happy that Sam's here. You can help me. I'm put you on the spot a little bit. It's going to be huge value right now. So I guess let's go over a couple of listings that I have first that I just picked up. So I picked up a restaurant. It's a 200-seat restaurant. The owner's pressing me to get this done. She just called me. We're asking $499. There's room. There's a lot of room here. She's willing to sell her finance for the right buyer. Did that buyer ever get back to you?
So I got an NDA from one guy, and he's looking for something else.
He's looking for something else.
Yeah, and then I have another guy, but he's a little busy. He's tied up with his other restaurants. That's his thing. How
about the guy that's looking for something else? What is he looking for?
He's looking for, he either wants to be in Huntington, Patchogue, Bayshore, Port Jug, Lindenhurst.
We got a brewery, right?
I have an off-market brewery. It's going to be an asset sale. He's got $700,000 in equipment. Gentleman's moving up north. He's got his numbers up a bit, so we'll have a conversation. It's off-market right now.
Okay. Does it by any chance have a outdoor space?
Could we get that guy's number?
I have it.
Could we call him now? Let's start making calls. I have a call. I found out that this fencing company wants to sell. You hear how I pitch a new buyer. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, how are you? Could you hear me?
Oh, there you go. Sorry, I'm not sure what happened. How's it going, Michael?
I'm doing well. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Doing well. Where are you from?
I'm from the Melville area.
Very nice. Okay, love that. I'm in the city now. It's a little bit about myself, Michael. Grew up on Long Island.
So you build the rapport a little bit,
Went to college, focused on computer science for a while, did a little engineering. Moved into tech sales and did that for I
don't hit him up. How much money do you have right away? I listen.
I did a little entrepreneurial stuff back in college. Started a small tech support business, and I loved it. And after I was in the corporate world for a little while, I realized I really want to go back to doing something entrepreneurial. So took a step back, and I'm in business school right now. And I'm looking for what's next. And for me, I'm hoping to acquire a small, medium-sized business, primarily services focused, not super geographically constrained. And that's how we got connected. I got connected to Michael Gold. Seems like a great guy.
Yeah, he is.
He recommended I talk to you based on your background and what you guys do. So glad to connect, and thanks for taking the time again.
Oh, thank you, and nice background, and would love to work with you. So you're based right now in the city. What is your, how far do you want to go?
I don't have to stay within, I think right now, I'll call it phase one. I'm primarily focused within the tri-state area and kind of surrounding regions. I'm also open, if the business is right, to go a little more south, down to the DC area. And if the business is really right, I'm open to going even more south. My fiance's a nurse, so she right now works in the city, but in a year and a half after I graduate, she's more than happy to move wherever it makes sense as well. So don't want to or need to stay in the city, but I think right now I'm primarily focused on the east, starting with the northeast.
Okay, and when you say services, are you open to, home service businesses, car washes? Do you have a specific niche you want to focus on?
Yeah, not a very defined, narrow niche. There are things I know I don't want. For example, a car wash, probably not. Retail shops as a whole is not really a focus for me right now. But home services business and other kind of geographic businesses is something I'm very open to and looking for. As well as things that aren't necessarily geographic focused. It could be an online type of services business focused around the whole U.S. I'm open to that as well, but not retail shops and things that are specific to one location.
Okay, that's good to know. When you look at, for an example, I just picked up yesterday a mosquito pest control company. They service Nassau and Suffolk County, and the guy's been in the business forever. He actually branded his his name. It's a really, really cool logo, like huge scalability with this company. He's selling the rights from Nassau and Suffolk County. He's got about 800 paying customers. He cash flows roughly $500,000 a year. He's open, he checks all the boxes. He's open to seller financing. If you seller finance for 50%, you're looking for basically a partner, even though it's not a partnership. So that's a good one I picked up.
500,000 revenue or EBITDA?
EBITDA.
Okay. Yeah, that's the perfect candidate. On the smaller side, I'm looking at using primarily personal capital up through like $5 million in SBA loans, and then obviously very open if the seller's willing to utilize seller financing. And then for any larger deals above, let's say, $10 million, I have investors that I've built relationships with over the past year who would be happy to provide equity for larger deals, if it makes sense.
Okay, and then as far as your personal liquid, do you have, how much do you have, like for a deal like this, would you have $1 million to put down?
Yeah, I could get $1 million for a deal like this.
Okay. All right, so this is a candidate, so we'll check this. Well, we'll send the info. I just picked it up yesterday, so I actually have to still make the marketing material.
Okay.
I'll put it together and I'll send it to you first.
Sounds good. Appreciate that, Michael.
Yeah, that's one company. I have another company that I picked up last week, a power washing company.
Okay.
I don't know if that would be of interest. Similar, a little similar of a deal, not in terms of cash flow, but in terms of branding. There's so, this is like a distress deal. This is a little different of a deal actually. It's more of a distress deal. The owner went through a really bad divorce, and he has a great name. He has great equipment. He's got really nice trucks. He's got a lot of legs to build his company to where it should be. He does carpet cleaning as well. He's got a nice social media presence, and he just priced it. We priced it right. It's $350,000.
In EBITDA?
No, that's the price. That's the asking price. It's a smaller business. This one's going to be more of you're buying a brand, but it's going to take you time and work to build it. It's not real. You're not really buying a big EBITDA number. It's about 120,000 EBITDA, but it comes with all the equipment.
I'd be happy to take a look. I'd say it's not a distressed businesses for personal reasons. I'm more than happy to. That's I would say on the higher end of the list of actually things I'm willing to look at. Probably looking for a bit of a larger deal, but I'm always, Michael, happy to take a look. Full transparency, I got about another year and a half until I graduate, and I'm hoping to close any deal by around then. But that's primarily when I could dedicate full-time effort to whatever business I find. But feel free to send that my way, and I'm happy to just take a look for learning purposes at a minimum, so we figure out how we work best together.
Okay, so you're looking to buy a business within a year and a half. You're not in a rush to get something done right now.
Correct.
Okay, because these deals that I'm speaking, like the pest control, like this guy wants to sell immediately. So I don't know if you want to, would you buy if it's that good of a deal immediately?
If it's that good of a deal, yes. I actually, so my dad, funny enough, who works with Uncle Larry and got connected with Michael Gold, he recently stepped away from his full-time job, and so he's looking for what's next too. I guarantee if I find something local that would be of interest, he could carry the torch kind of full-time, if it makes sense, until I graduate, and then I could kind of take it from there. So if the deal makes sense, absolutely. I don't think I need to wait a year and a half. But at the same time, I'm not in a rush for the right thing.
All right, so let me just start teasing you with some deals. The next step is I have to get you over an NDA because all these businesses are extremely confidential. So once I'll send it to you via DocuSign. Once you sign it, I'll shoot you over the marketing material, and then let's set up a call to go over next steps.
Sounds good. Anything you need from me, Michael?
No, I think we checked all the boxes. I know your liquidity. You could come up, if you had to, with $1 million. You're looking to, I know your timing. I know where you want to be. I know what you're looking for. So I think we're good.
Easy enough. Well, it's nice to meet you, Michael. Thanks for taking the time, and we'll talk soon.
Talk to you soon. Have a good one. So that guy, what do you think I would rate him? 1 to 10. 10 being the best.
Like a 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Because he's just playing around.
Like, that's not the best buyer. Like, you'll hear, I'll call other buyers too in front of you, like people that are like, let's go, like I'm ready. Like most of the buyers are like,
Zero urgency, that guy.
zero urgency.
Yeah.
And like when he told me he was graduating in a year and a half, I'm honestly not going to send him anything. I'm going to see how bad he wants it.
Oh, I feel better now because I would have did the same thing. I'm like, this is a waste of time.
Yeah.
I have a question real quick. So you mentioned marketing material versus financial is different. So those marketing pieces that you have that have pictures and just like the top line revenue is different from the financial stuff?
Yeah, so the marketing material is just like, just how the business, how we present the business on, it's marketing, how we market the business.
So it's more generic.
It's more generic. The financials are confidential. The financials are the tax returns, the profit and loss statements, the bank statements. I don't send those over. I don't send over.
Funds.
I never send over everything at once. I piecemeal things because it will show how serious the buyer is if he wants to move to the next level. If he wants to make an offer, he's going to ask you for the financials.
Okay.
I'm not going to send him the guy's tax returns if I don't know how serious he is, So that's important. When you guys get a signed NDA, send over the marketing material first, and then follow up within 24 to 48 hours and see what they thought about the business. I like to follow up in 24 hours.
And that's what Monday allows you to do the follow-up.
You can make a thing on Monday, remind me to follow up in 24 hours. I put together the video for everyone. So I'll send everyone the folder with the video, with the spreadsheet, everything after this meeting today.
I want to get to the end as in like, how do you ask a seller the commission part? And as I'm dealing with like restaurants and pizzerias, and most of them, like let's say they do an asset sale, right? When I hit them up, hey, we're gonna take like 15% or 10% of the commission. They're like, okay, so it's like 15,000 or 20,000. They're like, oh, it's too much, like. So
That's a great point. I love this question. Don't focus so much on the commission. Focus on what we're putting in your pocket. You want this deal done confidential. You can go to a real estate agent. No disrespect to real estate agents. You go to a real estate agent. They put this on the market. Everyone knows your business is for sale. Your chef leaves. Your main workers leave, and then you're stuck cooking in the kitchen. Do you want that, or do you want someone to sell your business where no one knows a thing? You pay, and first of all, 10% is a standard commission in business brokerage. No one works for under 10%. And if they say, that's too much, speak to other brokers, come back to me. I have buyers for your business right now. I can get it done in 10%. That's the best I'm gonna do. I stay firm. There's times where I'm having a conversation with someone, and he's like, you know what, 10% is too much. Thank you so much. Let me know. Because remember, they need you more than you need them. That's the truth. So 10% is not too much. I'm getting you top dollar for your business. Focus on that top dollar, and listen, that's what it is. You got to be that confident. Yeah.
I have two questions. Going back a few minutes ago, we were talking about liquor stores.
Yeah.
I remember when me and you spoke, you said that liquor stores are a little bit harder to sell in terms of time.
Yep.
It's some kind of
SLA, State Liquor Authority.
Okay.
Oh, because the license is not transferable?
It's non-transferable, and you have to, if the license is there, the new buyer has to go for a new license under that location, which you have to go through the State Liquor Authority, which you have to get the buyer and seller to agree on working on a temporary. So we just did a deal, me and Sam, he did it. They didn't want to wait on the temporary. They wanted to wait on the permanent. And how long did that deal take?
More than a year.
More than a year. But there's other liquor stores that we close in 30 to 45 days because they'll buy it on the temporary.
60 days.
60 days.
But they know, the sellers know of the whole turnaround.
The sellers know, but you got to educate the buyers on buying on the temporary.
Buyer doesn't feel comfortable.
Sometimes
First time buyer.
That's why you got to have them trust you. I've closed a lot of liquor stores on temporary.
Existing liquor store
I don't want to work on any of this. I'm not waiting a year.
First time buyer doesn't want to take a risk.
That was a long deal. How is he doing, that guy?
Did good. He had a couple of Verizon stores there. He has 16 Verizon.
Maybe we could sell his Verizon stores
I
then.
told him he's making too much money, so I'm happy.
Tell him we got a top dollar.
He did, I know.
One more question. With regard to, say, I'm in a supermarket, right? If I'm in a pizzeria, I'll buy a slice of pizza, let's say. I don't know if you spoke about this too. So like, if you're in a pizzeria, buy a slice of pizza and you can have a conversation, just not to make it off. But if I'm in a supermarket, I want to approach the owner.
Talk to the manager. Say, listen, this is what I do sometimes too. I speak to the manager and I'm like, listen, I have the biggest supermarket. I work with Headstone Business Advisors. We sell supermarkets. I got the biggest supermarket buyer looking to buy. If your owner, boss wants to sell, hook me up with him and I'll give you a little piece.
Ooh, I like it. That's slick.
That works. You want to do it, or
I'm the broker.
let's do a different business. Let's do. You want to do
Pizzeria.
pizzeria? I got a high cash flowing pizzeria I want to sell, and you got to try to get the listing for me.
Ring.
Pizzeria. Hold on. Pizzeria owners are tough, so you know. All right. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
What do you want?
Just wanted to give you a call. I'm calling from Headstone Business Advisors.
It's the middle of a Friday rush. Are you kidding me?
I understand, but I couldn't wait. I have some buyers that are interested in buying your pizzeria. We actually have some pizzerias also available for expansion. If it's something you're interested in, maybe expanding your business.
I'm always looking to buy.
Okay.
I'm open to selling if the number's right, but I'm always looking to buy. What do you got?
That's good.
What do you got for me?
I have some pizzerias in Queens, some in Nassau. Just a quick question. How long has your pizzeria been in business for?
I've been here 35 years.
Okay.
I'm the mayor of this town.
That's good to know. Are you hands-on or more like absentee owner?
I sleep here. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
No, because I know what pizzeria is like.
Switch it. You be a difficult son of a bitch. I'll be the broker. All right.
All right.
All right. Ring. Hello.
How are you?
I'm well. You?
I'm doing good. How can I help?
I'm reaching out. I got 3 pizzerias in your area that want to sell. Are you looking to buy? I don't want to waste your time.
I'm okay. I have my pizzeria for a long time. I spent a lot of time in. Honestly, I don't want to get any more pizzerias to put more time into it.
Well, thank you for letting me know. I actually have a perfect buyer that would want to buy. Would you be interested in hearing an offer?
I'm always interested for an offer. It has to be good because I make money in my business.
Okay.
But who's your buyer? What do you got?
My buyer's a local guy. He's in Nassau, so he's not that far from you. Just quick questions. I know you're busy. What do you do a week?
A week we do about 60,000.
60,000. So what do you got? About 25 employees?
I guess. I don't know. What
Yeah.
pizzerias
I mean, he might say, yeah, pay 20, 25. That's about right.
That's about-
Yeah, okay.
25.
So what do you do? Do you go to Restaurant Depot? Do you get everything delivered to you? How do you?
We go to Restaurant Depot.
Go to Restaurant
we get
Depot.
some stuff delivered.
Okay, so what do you? About 20,000 a week in food bills?
Yeah, about that.
All right, so what are you making? Like good, healthy pizzerias make 20%. So what do you make, about 10, 12,000 a week?
About that, yeah.
All right, so you're making 500,000, 600,000 a year. I can get you 2 times. Yeah, I can get you about $1 million, $1.2 million.
Million too. I want to sell for 1.8. That's my number.
1.8. So 1.8 is high, but if you're willing to sell, you've owned it for 35 years. So obviously, if you sell it for 1.8,
I just did renovation about 2 years ago, so I put a lot of money into the business. Whoever it is that's going to come in and buy it, it's turnkey.
I appreciate that. It's
You won't
great.
have to do any renovation into the business.
The biggest thing what I educate my clients, first of all, I would love to meet you, grab a slice, but the biggest thing I say to my clients, it's not about how much you put in it's not about how much the price is, it's about how much you put in your pocket, right? So if I get you 1.8, you're gonna have to pay 33% to the government. So you're looking at, it actually is more, it's gonna be 40% to the government if you play around. So you're looking at 40% on 1.8, that's $720,000 that you're either paid to the government. You're walking away with.
You could do it. I spoke to some friends that have sold some business. They could do seller financing.
Oh, you do seller financing. That's where I was going.
do it if I get a good down payment and just defer.
That's exactly where I was going.
I'm paying Uncle Sam.
That's where I was going. So 1.8 is a very high. I'm going to be honest with you. My company has sold dozens of pizzerias over the last 2 years. So we control the whole market. We control the comps. I know what pizzerias go for. 3 times is high. However, if you're willing to seller finance with 20% down, we can start there, but you have to be a little flexible. I can get you top dollar. You can speak to other brokers. It's no problem. Get back to me. But I'm your guy if you want to sell. I got a buyer for you right now.
At 1.2.
At 1.2, maybe if you're willing to seller finance, I get them up to 1.3, 1.4.
1.3, 1.4. What's your commission? How much would you
My
charge?
commission's 10%.
10%. So if you find me a buyer for 1.4, that means I got to give you $140,000.
That's the math.
That's a lot of money.
It's not a lot of money. I'm getting you top dollar. who can get you 1.4. No one's gonna know your business is sold.
Put it on the market.
You're gonna put it on the market. Your chef is gonna be out the front door. You want to be cooking and making pizza?
I am the chef.
You're the chef. Your pizza guy. How can you make pizza? Cook? What are you gonna do?
I'll bring my son.
Bring your son? You know what? Have a good day.
Yeah. If you want to sell it at...
And then I end like this. Listen, I know you're busy. I don't want to take too much time. Are you gonna? Could I meet you in between the rush? You know, any day this week. You know, the rush in the pizzeria business is lunchtime from like 11:30 to 2, or dinner time from like 5 to 8. Can I meet you at 2:30, 3 o'clock, any day this week? I want to sit down with you and we'll go over in person. Yes. You meet them in person, you dress nice, you dress polo, slacks, you meet them. Don't talk too much, you ask questions, and you get them to like you. And that's all what this business is. It's building the rapport.
I have a question. So I was on, what's it called, the listing pipeline, and by me there's a Deli Delights, and I think I might know somebody who might be interested. But it says Nick Martello's information.
Yeah, he's the listing broker.
So how do I go about?
Call him. Say I have a buyer.
In
Yeah.
Mondays, there's a company directory. So you just type in Nick Martell, and then it has his name, his email, his number, and then you just contact him and whatever.
But if I want to post that, I don't know what it's called, where it's got like a picture and then it says asking price.
Marketing kit.
Yeah, that. I want to post.
Don't post the address. Only post, like, put a generic post. So every day I want you to do this, and this is a challenge. And I'll give a prize out. Everyone here, I'm gonna take note of everyone that's here. I'm gonna give someone $1,000. It's on camera right now, and we have everyone on camera, so I know who's here. A month, every single day, I want everyone to post a story about a business that's on headstone.com. Don't put the address. Don't put the name. Let's take that example. Suffolk County deli for sale, asking $400,000, cash flowing $100,000, and seller financing. Put that on your story. Every single day, I want a story from everyone here on your Instagram. Every single day, and this is going to help you. Every single day, I want to post on LinkedIn of every story that you're doing. So you don't have to do double the work. Just copy that, what you put on the story, put that on LinkedIn as a post. I'll do this every month. I want everyone on. So it's not even about the money that you make. How much did you learn? When I met you, you didn't know about business. You just knew about gas stations.
I knew about the gas station
Alright, guys.
before because I ran it in the past. But I've been with Big Mike with more than 5 years, and I used to shadow him. I used to understand him, like what he's doing, and slowly but slowly you learn.
You learn.
It's all
These guys are young guys. They're gonna learn it, and they're gonna
they're gonna kill the game.
kill the game. You gotta just stay consistent. There's a lot of things that
Any other business is a full-time business. If you do full-time, you're gonna get results. If you do part-time, you're gonna get part-time results. If you really want to make good money, you gotta work full-time, which is Monday to Friday, which I learned from Mike.
Monday through Sunday.
Monday to Sunday, but I learned from Mike at least Monday to Friday.
He started me before COVID.
Yeah, so I learned from
He
Mike
just
at
made
least-
$100 grand on a commission.
Yeah,
One
that was worth
deal.
more than a year. Yeah, one deal.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah,
And you got all this,
yeah, it was all cash.
like real